Hello. Hello.
Good morning. What if I hold my phone sideways? Does it look better? It's harder. I'm going to turn my phone like this. It's easier. That is one thing I don't like about StreamYard is I can't just like full screen vertical video it, but I do get to send it to two locations, which I think is better in the long run. Even though on YouTube, like I think there are people who like my shorts that don't want to watch these. I like that they're archived much better on YouTube because the Facebook archiving kind of sucks. It's hard to like the first 70 of these. If you want to find one, you got to like scroll through my page, and then if anything refreshes or you click out at all, it's a mess. So hello everyone. I hope you're having a good Friday so far. I'm calling this one 2 steps forward, 1 step back because, well, there's kind of two things I want to say about that. I guess I'll share a story. Well, where first of all, so I've been interested in calisthenics for I guess about 2 years, and I've had pockets of time where I've gotten really into it, and then I've fallen out and got into it again and fallen out, and I have been into it lately, and I'm really interested in working up to being able to do a one-handed push-up. So I actually remember my push-up journey started like December 2020. And I remember, gosh, I think the first day I was like, I'm going to just do push-ups every day. I think I did 7 push-ups and that was all I could do. What's cool is even when I've like quit push-ups for a while and come back, like my baseline has always been higher than that. I've never, ever since 2021, I've been able to do more than 7 push-ups very consistently. Yeah, and so earlier this week, I hit a new record with push-ups where, so there's in the progression model I'm following, it's Hybrid Calisthenics is the YouTube channel. I'm following his progression, but he says you should be able to do 2 sets of 25 regular push-ups, and then you move on to arrowhead push-ups. And I can do more than 2 sets of 25 regular push-ups. In fact, my single set record on regular is 34 in 1 set. And I've done 2 sets of 30 several times. Yeah, so now the next step is to do arrowhead push-ups. And I'll just show what these are because maybe you don't know. I certainly didn't know. So I think everybody knows what a standard push-up looks like. You know, arms basically shoulder width apart, down and up, easy. So an arrowhead push-up, you put your hands really close together. And he says not to do diamond because he thinks it's extra stress. He just says arrowhead. You put your hands real close like this. And you're working out this way more than here and getting this part much stronger. So earlier this week, I had a breakthrough with that. I hit a new record. I did 20 push-ups like that, and then several sets of 10 push-ups like that. I think I did 1 set of 20, 3 sets of 10, and then a bunch of regular push-ups. So that like smashed my record. It was like, wow, I reached a new level on this. And I did that maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday or Thursday. I think I did that Tuesday, and then yesterday, 2 days later, I went to do it again, and I did not successfully do 20 in a row arrowhead push-ups. And I basically did worse than I did on Tuesday. And so I'm calling this 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because I just want to recognize that that's actually a normal thing that happens. And I, even as I was writing the title, it was like, well, I could challenge my notion of this phrase. Like, did I actually take 1 step back? But let me talk about this for a second. Like, first of all, like, I think sometimes we might achieve something and then think, now we're on that level now. We're cruising. Now that I did a set of 20 arrowhead push-ups, I should be able to do a set of 20 arrowhead push-ups any day, and I can move forward. But what actually happened is 2 days later, I wasn't able to do it. And I'm sure there's a million factors. I'm sure there's psychological factors. I was up late and I was drinking the night before, so that might have affected my ability to do it. I might have had too much pressure on myself, where when I first did it, I didn't know if I was going to make it, and I just was curious about it. Whereas yesterday, I was like, kind of like, you got to be able to do it, and like put some pressure on myself that might have inhibited my ability to do it. Yeah, and basically, I could have finished that yesterday and been disappointed with myself. But instead, I'm recognizing, sometimes you take 2 steps forward and we think, I'm here now. Now, from now on, it's just going to be like this. But then we take 1 step back. And that's okay, because we're still one step forward. I still have officially proven to myself, to my mind, to my body, that I can do 20 arrowhead push-ups. And it might be a month before I can do 20 arrowhead push-ups consistently, or it might be 5 months. Who knows? I don't really know, but focusing on the journey rather than the destination is making me be okay with how it ended up. I'm content with the fact that I wasn't able to do 20 arrowhead push-ups yesterday, because I'm still like overall ahead of where I was. Like this time a year ago, I don't even know if I could have done 5 arrowhead push-ups. So the fact that I did a set of 20 and then multiple sets of 10 a few days ago was amazing. And then yesterday, it's funny because it's like I could reflect on yesterday's push-ups and be like, oh, I only got to 15 arrowhead push-ups. That was a failure. It's like, really? Really, was it a failure, Danny? It's still way ahead of where you've been. In most of your life, you couldn't do. Apparently, up until December of 2020, I maxed out at 7 regular push-ups. So 20 arrowhead push-ups is way more than that. Yeah, so I want to share that. I also want to share with like my YouTube journey. Like, I can make a video. Sometimes I make a video. Like I had a video get 5,000 views this week, which is awesome. And then I had a couple videos get like 100 views. And it can be really easy to like make an achievement. It's like, wow, a video with 5,000 views. That's really cool. And then feel like now every video I make has to get 5,000 views. Or maybe you do a gig that like a couple hundred people attend. And you're like, now every gig I do has to be that. And I'm seeing that the journey of it is a little more up and down, a little more like we have wins that are like peaks, and then we drop back down, and then we try and get a peak higher than that. And even as I'm talking through this, kind of challenging the notion of like maybe we never actually take a step back, and maybe it's just our perception. So I think the lesson I want to share in today's live is that sometimes it's going to feel like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think I have let that 1 step back like mess me up and inhibit me from wanting to take another step forward. And instead of focusing on the 2 steps forward I took, I'm just seeing the perception of the 1 step back. 2 steps forward, I'm doing arrowhead push-ups way more consistently. They aren't hurting me. I definitely feel stronger. And I'm viewing the fact that on Thursday, I wasn't able to do as many as I did on Tuesday as 1 step back. It's like, maybe it's not 1 step back. Maybe that's just my perception, my being hard on myself getting in the way. It's like I've officially gotten to 700 subscribers on YouTube. And then it was like, okay, now I want to try and average 5 subscribers a day. Well, still averaging 2 subscribers a day. It's not a step back. It's still steps forward. I still have more people coming into my world. More people I can entertain with my videos, more people I can spread my message of authenticity and vulnerability and being entertaining and helping people with. So, yeah, it might feel like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I guess if you're feeling like you took a step back, look at the steps forward you've taken. Take a moment to reflect and be like, is it really true? Did I really take a step back? And you might realize like, well, even if you still want to describe it as a step back, like there were 2, like find the 2 steps forward you took before that. They recognize it's maybe not even a step back. Maybe it's just all steps forward. Yeah, cool. A couple other things I want to share. Yesterday I had a phone conversation with the booking guy at Epiphany, and it was really, really great. And like, just to be totally honest and authentic, I didn't even realize this till after the conversation. I think I've had a story that booking guys don't really want to help bands, that booking guys like just book the gig and then they don't care about making it a successful show, and almost that like booking guys and bands aren't on the same team. And after my phone call, his name's Drew, my phone call with Drew yesterday, I left the phone call like we are on the same team, and he is excited about making the show successful, and I'm excited about making the show successful. And we left the call with some actionable stuff for each of us to do, and we're getting a plan together. We're getting a plan together, so I'm very, very excited about that. And it's cool. I think I'm grateful I took the initiative to call him. I'll share this story because the only reason I called him was was because of this exercise I came up with from the philosophies from the Experiments Never Fail book. And the exercise being, make a list of things I could do different, where I set a timer for a few minutes. And the point is, let's make a list of ways to be different. And it's not, instead of trying to make things better, just open your mind to how could it be different? What could I do different today? What could I do today that I don't do, that I haven't done? And as I just opened my mind to writing down a list of things I could do different, I wrote a lot of stuff down, some of which surprised me. And one of the things that surprised me was to ask the booking guy at Epiphany out to lunch. And so I asked him out to lunch. He said he couldn't do lunch, and then we eventually went back and forth until we settled on just doing a phone call. Just the fact that conversation only happened because I was curious enough about possibility to open myself up to what could be different. Because as I've been hammering home a whole bunch, different isn't always better, but better is always different. And I know I have done some new stuff. I've done stuff to book gigs and get people in the door that's had some success, but I haven't, obviously I'm not selling 1,000-seat rooms every night. So if I want to sell a 1,000-seat room, I can't do what I've done to sell a 100-seat room. I got to do something different. And just opening myself up to how I could be different made something better. I made a conversation with this guy where we really connected, and I figured out what some of his strengths are. He figured out what some of my strengths are, and we're going to work together to make this a really successful show. So I'm very excited about that. And what's cool is that action got me inspired to start to parse through the footage from the last Safety Squad show to find some videos that I think are going to be good to promote this upcoming show. Yeah, very, very excited. Also, it's kind of crazy. This week I did comedy at 3 open mics plus comedy and comedy class, and to varying levels of success. I felt like I bombed on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday at Kohl's, I felt like I crushed. And then last night, I think I did fine. And I actually watched back the video, and I heard more laughs in the video than I heard while I was up on stage. And I think that's a reality of doing comedy is when you're on stage, the laughs might feel way less than they actually are. And because I've noticed, I'll watch comics and I'll think something they say is funny, but I don't laugh out loud every time, especially when it's like, 4 minutes of one comic, 4 minutes of one comic, just comic, and not all of them are good. You can kind of run out of energy to keep laughing. So even if something's funny, you might not laugh. But that was really fun. Yeah. So take 2 steps forward, and then if it seems like you're taking a step back, don't beat yourself up. That's my message I want to share today. If you enjoy these streams, you find them helpful, send me a Venmo. I love that I still have Venmo up here. $10. If you send me $10, I will ship you or hand deliver you a CD, either this one or this one. The music is really killing. Amazing lineup of musicians. Really, really good stuff. And if you are interested in having a conversation about becoming more creative, unstucking yourself from creative holes you found yourself in, let me know. We can schedule a call or a meeting in person. And I know half an hour with me, we can have a conversation about where you're stuck and help you become unstuck. And we could then see if we want to work together to transform your creative life. I've been working with a coach for 3 years, and my life is radically different from the discoveries I've made about myself from those conversations. And I know I can help you unstuck yourself in certain ways if we schedule conversations like that too. So awesome, friends. Well, I'm going to get going. Love you all. Have a good day. Bye.